Hello and welcome, Minnesota Farah. We are genuinely very happy to have you with us for our daily coverage of the NFL news. Please subscribe to our channel to support our initiative as we bring to you the latest updates from the world of NFL on a daily basis. Now let's dive deep into our news stories.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the NFL News Roundup, your one-stop source for the latest and most comprehensive updates from the world of American football. So let's dive right in with our first headline. Times 1. Arizona Cardinals Injury and Signings Update. In the land of the Arizona Cardinals, we've got news on DL Lecky Fadu nursing a shoulder injury, while DL Carlos Watkins and LB Josh Woods didn't practice. But hey, there's always some good news. They signed WR Jeff Smith to the practice squad. Now let's move on to our next news. Times 2. Atlanta Falcons signing and injury news. The Atlanta Falcons are soaring high at 2-0 this season. In the signing department, RB Carlos Washington Jr. joins the practice squad. On the injury front, LB Troy Anderson is back in action after a concussion, while CB Jeff Okuda is back in full force. Now, on to our next piece of gridiron action. Times 3. Baltimore Ravens Kenyon Drake joins the squad. Ravens fans, listen up. The Ravens have brought in RB Kenyon Drake to the practice squad, adding depth to their running back roster. Meanwhile, WR Odell Beckham Jr. missed practice due to an ankle injury, and a handful of other key players were sidelined. It's a tough day for the Ravens on the injury front, but we press on. Our next news item is waiting. Times 4. Buffalo Bills Dawson Knox's back woes. The Bills are looking to bounce back, but T. Dawson Knox's back injury isn't helping. He missed Wednesday's practice. Leonard Floyd and DT Jordan Phillips are dealing with issues of their own. The Bills need to heal up to stay competitive. Time to leap over to the next headline. Times 5. Carolina Panthers Bryce Young's ankle drama. Carolina's young QB, Bryce Young, has an ankle issue, and it's uncertain if he'll be ready for Week 3. OLB Brian Burns and OLB Justin Houston are also nursing injuries. QB Jake Luton is a new face on the practice squad, and LB Dan Jones has been promoted from the squad to the active roster. Let's charge ahead to our next update. Times 6. Chicago Bears injury woes and coordinator resignation. The Bears are dealing with a string of injuries, notably WR Darnell Mooney's knee issue. There's uncertainty surrounding the status of Eddie Jackson's foot injury. But in some shocking news, the Bears' defensive coordinator, Alan Williams, has resigned from his position. Cleveland, you're up next. Times 7. Cleveland Browns Kareem Hunt's deal and Chubb's injury. The Browns have locked in RB Kareem Hunt with a one-year deal worth up to $4 million. However, the news isn't all sunny. RB Nick Chubb has been placed on season-ending injured reserve. WR Amari Cooper and Desiderius Smith also missed practice. The action doesn't stop. Let's move on. Times 8. Dallas Cowboys Brandon Cooks and Martin's ankle woes. The Dallas Cowboys have WR Brandon Cooks dealing with a knee issue, and Zach Martin's ankle is giving cause for concern. As Donovan Wilson's calf seems to be in better shape, though. Heading to Mile High, here's the scoop on the Denver Broncos. Times 9. Denver Broncos Ball's ankle and Simmons hip. Garrett Balls is nursing an ankle issue, and LB Frank Clark's hip kept him out of practice. But here's an interesting tidbit. Justin Simmons is rehabbing his hip, according to head coach Sean Payton. The roar of the Detroit Lions awaits. Times 10. Detroit Lions Montgomery's thigh and surgery for Gardner Johnson. RB David Montgomery's thigh kept him off the practice field, and WR Amon-Ra Brown's toe is giving them some concern. But there's a glimmer of hope with the news that SCJ Gardner Johnson, though on injured reserve, might return this season after surgery on his torn pectoral. Let's zoom over to Green Bay. Times 11. Green Bay Packers Jones hamstring woes. RB Aaron Jones is dealing with a hamstring issue. WR Christian Watson, who missed Week 2, was limited in practice today. Some key names rested or didn't practice, so the Packers need to regroup. Texas, you're up. Times 12. Houston Texans Stroud shoulder and Ward's return. QB Stroud has a shoulder concern, but the good news is that Jimmy Ward is expected to play in Week 3 after a limited return to practice. Heading to Indy for some Colts action. Times 13. Indianapolis Colts Richardson's concussion and Kelly's protocol. QB Anthony Richardson remains in the concussion protocol. G. Quentin Nelson and C. Ryan Kelly are dealing with injuries too. Now, let's head down south to Jacksonville. Times 14. Jacksonville Jaguars Zay Jones knee and Scherf's absence. WR Zay Jones has a knee issue, but head coach Doug Peterson says he's day-to-day. Meanwhile, OL Brandon Scherff is absent due to a personal matter. Kansas City, here's your update. Times 15. Kansas City Chiefs, Pacheco's hamstring woes. RB Isaiah Pacheco missed practice with a hamstring injury. WR Richie James and WR Kadarius Toney were also absent from practice. It's a challenging day for the Chiefs on the injury front. Time for the Vegas Raiders to roll the dice. Times 16. Las Vegas Raiders, Jacoby Meyers returns. WR Jacoby Meyers is set to return to practice after a concussion. In other news, DeChandler Jones is dealing with a personal issue and has been placed on the non-football illness list. La Chargers, you're on deck. Times 17. Los Angeles Chargers, Eckler's ankle woes. RB Austin Eckler's ankle is causing concern as he missed practice. WR Mike Williams, OLB Joey Bosa, and others have their own niggles to deal with. The Chargers are hoping to mend up for the next game. Onto the bright lights of left for some Rams news. Times 18. Los Angeles Rams, Cam Akers trade. Breaking news. RB Cam Akers is being traded to the Vikings with a swap of late-round picks in 2026. This trade is sure to have ripple effects throughout the league. Now, let's explore the sunny Miami Dolphins. Times 19. Miami Dolphins, Ahmed and Waddle in the protocol. RB Salvon Ahmed and WR Jalen Waddle are dealing with injuries. Waddle remains in the concussion protocol, making his availability uncertain. And there you have it, folks. We've wrapped up an eventful day in the NFL, where injuries and signings are making waves. Stay tuned for more updates, and until next time, keep that football spirit alive.